And are you okay?
I am okay, Praten, but the tear gas is in my eyes. But I'll try and pull through, Praten. But what we do understand is that the EFF supporters seem to be bordering around that perimeter that was closed down, where the police said only 100 people were allowed, that is close to the school. So it seems like that's where the disagreement came about. We do know that EFF leader Julius Malema was also here earlier on to see and to speak to the police in order for this protest to be a peaceful one. It seems like these scenes that have played out now, it doesn't seem like there's any peace, but we do expect that this protest will end at around 2 o'clock when that memorandum is handed.
Now, was the idea, from what you know, Ronald, I hope you're okay, are you able to still talk to us? While your eyes can, I know tear gas, I mean, your eyes are burning.
They are really burning, Praten, and I'm struggling at the moment.
Okay.
But I'll try and catch my breath, but as you can see in the background, there's still a bit of commotion, but the people have been dispersed. We're still seeing quite a number of EFF supporters. We are seeing police in Yalas near that perimeter where the police have said that only 100 EFF supporters will be allowed. There's, of course, other rules and regulations within that perimeter. Given that the 100 that's been allocated is due to the adherence of COVID-19 protocol. And also, Praten, one of the main reasons why only 100 people are allowed there is because the Western Cape Education Department fears that school property might be damaged. We also know that matriculants are writing today. As to where whether they're writing at the school or not, we don't know at this stage. But classes for grade 8 and 11 learners have been rescheduled at this moment.
Okay, and thank you very much, Ronald, for staying with us. I know it's a little bit tough when your lungs are trying to open up after breathing that tear gas and your eyes are burning. We really appreciate it. We have to tell the story and show our viewers what's happening on the ground. Now, they've dispersed the crowd, and we saw that large crowd earlier. You were showing us marching up and down that street, the corner at which there by the traffic lights you're standing. Is your sense now, as you look around, that most of them have dispersed, or are we going to get that 100 that's allowed to go near the school taking its position because police have blocked that road now?
It's highly unlikely, Praten, because what we are seeing in the background is EFF supporters. They are busy negotiating with police, asking the police why did they start using force, given that they were only just marching and not inciting any form of violence or intimidation. We are seeing visuals now of police pushing EFF supporters back. There's quite a bit of commotion happening here in the background. We also know that law enforcement is also working along with private security to assist. But then we're just going to hear in so that the viewers can hear a bit of the commotion that's taking place in the background.
No, abantu bafika enyigruphu enyigruphu yethu esapha bafike abakhontrole bafika abagqitha baya kwalacala but sizolinda apha sisalinda abanye sizawulinda ilanduka we want to command political ziyeza but bafike abagqitha bona xa bephakaserobhotsini I think amapolisa achuye phambi basebethatha ilanduka protesters bakaskayo esikoleni phambi sibabona ixesha ka-12 emveni kwe-12 sizabo ngoba abantwana basabhala
Alright, i-prepare kuya ninonke phana ngoba kuthe kokuqala uba abantu abayi-100 qha abanemvume yokwela
leyo ke into prepare ukuyawo sonke. This is our country. Umthetho welilizwe asiyazi i-protest ethi abantu makuhambe only 100. Thina size i-numbers because of iinkokheli zethu zize apha for ukuthi sizizele lapho esasiyibethela last week.
All right, that gentleman, Praten, just saying that, the police have cordoned off that area and that the police felt that the EFF supporters were in violation of the permit where only 100 people are allowed to be over there. And what that gentleman said he says that they don't know anything of 100 members who are only allowed to be at a protest. For them, this is South Africa, and in South Africa, people come in their numbers when they are in protest.
Okay, we're going to have to wait and see, Ronald, what's going to be happening there. I'm going to leave you for a short while you catch your breath and wipe your eyes off the burning tear gas and go to the other side and speak to Ayesha, Ismael at this stage, and you try and gather what's exactly going to happen there in the next few minutes. And we are likely to come back to you, Ronald, within the next hour. Just take a little bit of a breather, and thank you very much for that. Ayesha, we had to cut you short, my dear, and go back to Ronald as the police used water cannons on the other side and firing tear gas to disperse the several hundreds of EFF members who've descended in that neighborhood. And one of them has just told Ronald that they don't know anything about 100 people coming there. They know that in South Africa, when you protest, you come in your big numbers. So we'll leave Ronald on the other side. It's calmer now. Police have dispersed the crowds. We don't know if anybody has been injured or not. Let's come back to you, Ayesha. You were about to speak to one of the residents who are on the other side, who've come out this morning in support of the school.
That is correct, Bradan. But just before I speak to one of the residents, while the Cape Party members have now dispersed, as requested by SAPS because they did not have a permit to be here, they are now questioning why the EFF is allowed to continue with their gathering when they are, as they say, in violation of the regulations. But that's for SAPS to sort out. And as I said, I'm going to speak to some of the residents here who told me earlier that they're here to protect the residents and also to protect the school.
Yeah, we are here just to support, to protect. We are residents, as you are saying. Our kids are going to school here. So for me, it's not at all about, I don't want issues and we don't want war, we don't want trouble. We just want to see that everything goes as planned because my house is just up the road. And so we just want to see that everything, like SAPS are doing their jobs and that our properties and everything around are safe.
Ma'am, now the EFF said that the reason why they're protesting here today is against allegations of racism at the school.
Yes, that's the reason why they are here today. But in my case, I'm here to support the community. I myself was a teacher for 32 years. And because there are so many schools in this area, I'm really feeling for each and every child. Because I know after this ordeal, these kids will need counselling because this is an absolute abnormal situation that we are in at the moment.
But ma'am, is it not abnormal for a school, 26 years after democracy, still to have a function where only white people are invited?
As far as I know and as far as my knowledge is, that party was open to all the learners in the school, and it cost them 500 Rand per person. And as far as I learned and read on the internet, is that the learners who were capable of buying a ticket or who were interested in attended this function. But I'm here, like I said, in support of all the primary schools and the special needs school and the pre-primary school up the road, because I feel for those kids. I was a teacher. I did all the counselling where I came from, and I know what these kids are going through at the moment.
Now, the EFF has also been saying that it's their democratic right to protest and that they will not disrupt the school program.
Let's see if it happens. Let's see if it happens. I know they are allowed to bring in 100 members to come and protest. I haven't seen anything on the internet yet as how many is on their way. We'll wait and see what happens. But at this stage, I'm standing here in protest for the kids and the residents of Brackenfell. I myself live with my mom and dad. My mother's 83, my father's 88. And as I'm talking, they are so scared because they don't know what to expect today.
What are they afraid of? What are people scared of here in Brackenfell?
You know, because you don't know what's going to happen. For the unknown. For the unknown. That's why they're scared. And they live just around the corner of the school.
Thank you so much for your time, ma'am.
Could I just kindly also say, everything that's happened here, it's not all the parents of the school. It's people from all over. So it's not that Brackenfell, as all of our residents and all our schools has got this racial issue. It's selective people. So I speak for myself. I'm not a racist. I haven't got race issues. I wasn't brought up that way. So I'm here for the community, for anyone's kid. Doesn't matter whose kid it is, and just here to see that everything goes well for the community.
Thank you so much for your time, ma'am. So, Bradan, there you heard from some of the residents here saying that they're here to protect the community. They're here in support of the learners at the school, and they're here to see that everything runs smoothly.
Okay, thank you very much, Ayesha, Ismael.